Huh? Thank you. Kaya ilo tama ko mga faitoo. Go live. How nice to come back from this church. There's food on the table. Hi, Ate. How are you? Okay, and you want to see me? Here am I. I'm eating, people. Look, I'm in my nightgown. I just came back from church. And you want to see my food? This is what I'm coming back to. Look at it. So my... Kaya nga fuerte kole holo. Yeah. Go eat for it. Ito my pepper. Okay, everyone. How is your day? I haven't been doing this for a long time, but it's fun to talk to you guys. Hi, everyone.
It's fun.
Those of you wondering, I'm eating green banana, boiling it. Katake o te interfere laivi. Little bit of salt and lamb. This is you know, ribs, lamb ribs or whatever. I'm eating. I have only an hour left before I go to work. So, like I said, it's always nice to come home to someone who is willing to cook warm food, fresh, you know. Today we talk at church about there were a few things at church. We were talking about our branch president have been released today, and he has been on that position for I think 9 years or 7 years, approximately. By the way, He has been released today, and they called a new one. It was amazing how you see how the church moves on, and it never be a conflict, to decide who will be the next president. The church I belong to is the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. We believe in revelations. And so the state president have revealed that and called through lots of prayers and sacrifices in order to get the right person. And so through work and experiences and all that, they came back with the result they called President Schaefer, who was a state president in the past in somewhere else, I think Vancouver. He was a state president somewhere there, and now he's being called the new one. And someone who just moved in, they were at the branch or the church, and they moved somewhere else, and then now they just moved back. And so, and the other assistant, it's a miracle to see him walk again and to live. He was in a coma, I think, and now he is walking. And so that's a living witness of God's movement, and that's a miracle. So those guys are being the president for the new branch. And this branch, it has been here since 1968. It hasn't become a ward. So in order to become a ward, there are certain numbers of priesthood or certain numbers of members in order to have a ward. But this branch is mostly visitors, and they're mostly like government workers, like marine, militaries, or hunters and fishermen, and some of them are retirement people. So majority of these people in this area, they are either to reside or they are just coming for a job and then they move on. So what I have experienced at church today, that the church, we don't have to decide or vote who will be the next president or the next bishop. The president of the state have that key, and they have the revelations through lots of prayers in order to find out who is the next person. And totally we embrace and we sustain our new president, branch president today. It was amazing. So that's my experience, and that's my witness that the Lord is still talking to us through his prophet, that's his mouthpiece, and from the prophet to the state president, and the state president to the smallest unit of the church. And so that's what I experienced. And at Relief Society, we were talking about getting onto the mark, or our target. Where are we heading for? We believe in family as a unit that will help us move closer to God, and we would like to invite everybody to come unto Christ. So that's what I have experienced at Relief Society. And I know that there are times we make mistakes. That's what I love about it. I experienced that despite what we do every time in life, there is always room for improvement, and that's why we go to church every Sunday, is to partake the sacrament and to renew my covenant with the Lord, so I can be better myself from today moving forward, instead of torturing myself on my negativity and my shortcomings. So therefore, that's why I'm exciting. I always go to church to refresh myself, boost up myself, and to have new goals so I can enjoy the rest of my week. Therefore, walk joy. And come home, there's food on the table. Great thing about it, we are not perfect. Okay, excuse me. That's why I love going to church. My husband always wakes us up every morning. Get up, it's a track. We are more like tractors for Barry. He will always go around every morning, knock on each door, trying to get us up so we go to church. And to myself, my experience, I hate it because I have to go to church. I have to dress up. I have to wear this and this. Certain clothes, certain standards. But you know, every time I step into that chapel, I just feel enlightened and edified. So, never regret it going to church. It's a place where you begin. It's a place where you set commitments. It's a place where you feel freshened, you know. Those of you who are watching, Mama Taukai, just to let you know that that's how my Sunday goes. And as a person who is working, I work for criminal justice and correction facility. I have to get myself, feed myself, make sure I am fit to endure my job and to endure what I do. There's a reason why I work in this place, is to transform lives and just to at least touch someone's life who have made criminal act, and they are here in this facility where I take care. And I love doing what I'm doing, even though sometimes it's so hectic and it's so violent there. But I embrace it. One thing I want to share is that I saw Afimeimounga's video. For those of you who are Tongans, o tau siofe for film na usio for film afi, pa ngawe ko no go fai. Ngawe ko fai ko ngawe mo kakai pehe. Kawe he kakai ko ngawe mo nauto. To hear someone who come out and admit what he has done, it's amazing. You know, people will judge him because they don't know what he's going through. As an addiction, as an addict, you always become an addict. If Afi is listening to me, I salute you. I like what you're doing. And Tonga needs that. They really need someone who is a dealer and who has been a drug addict person coming out and admit what he has done, you know? Ko pioneer ia kihe faitoo faitookona tapu ko ngo tangata na alcoholic. Piana na o kwa me ai treat many people nga hi fralere ko no atamai. He ko tempe te take good drugs. Most all of us take drugs. We do Tylenol, we follow Panadol, ko nga ia faitoo. Mahino, pa wai u faitoo o fatau pe he kanita pe fale koloa, pa wai faitoo he kai ke tuku noa e mai e fale volo. Ai au tuku mai he toke ta ake ne prescribe pe ko ne hanga tohi mai lai pe pa ke ta release, authorizing us to get it. In reality, ko kakai ko ne o kuna wifi marijuana mo na franga e faitoo konatapu, ko ai go ta ui de vai o illegal because mai toke taia hane prescription o alu pe prescribe in own by getting it. So, ko tala no leva ki ai ke tangata ko ko Afimeimounga. Come from a goodly parents. I know this child, and I know him. He comes ko ni matua kakai nga lele malo him siasi mamunga pe ko kakai lele apito eni na wa ko lele tamsi ko eni, and so he make his choice, and that's what it is. We teach correct principles and let them govern it. And that's who we are, parents. Parenting. I heard a lot of talanoa fekauaki motonga faitookona tapu. Come on, people. You are just and those of you who follow no ia panatolo or follow lahiang e hono funga. koe drugs ia, koe whaangai tae totonu ia oe faitookona tapu. O ku tau wholo kotoa e ngai fwoi akau ko ia ka, ko hono uhinga o kuia i ko faitookona tapu i he whongahala, ko no hinga he koe peni i he uia wholo taware, wholo noa ia, ko loa peke ni more ai e he ia, mo nong, mo hela ia, wholo ko hinga koe lahi e ue sia atamai, ko taimi o huma mapapuloka. So for those of you who are watching in Tonga ngā ue Afi, I am fully 100% in supportive of him. Let alone any mistake, that's his choice. But I do appreciate hataha I he mala e kono ko iai, o ko iloi, ko me e ok fai. Ko ngā ue mo kakai hange ko Afimeimounga. Pea koe tāpua kia ke hataha, o ku step in, o admiti kia tautolu, ko ia ko toko taha o atiki, pea o kune tila, pea kune cell, pea o frontline. Ko kakai au fiukumia he kau polisi mo kakai whatotolo lahe whonuani, ha kakai ke nau admiti mai ai o mea whai. He ko ngā he ko kakai ko he ke nau lautolo admit. So I believe Afi is changing and he is willing to change. And that's when, if tāno ke pioneer, Pioneer koe o e atiksini, o e treatmenti, koe ongo tangata toko ua na ana a uki he inu, pia na olkahorika, pia I kaike na toe lava o mapure inaua. Pia na ana tui o tua. Koe that's the difference. Angepe ko Afi. O he believed there is a God, and that's the goodness. There is a supreme power up there that he believes in. And so therefore it's very vital for us. And I think we need to know in Tonga, you guys are lucky, you guys are blessed that someone like Afimeimounga step up and admit what he's doing, and you will get a lot. So, koe prevention leva au tau unu ki ai. Aleva mena e whai he o tangata pioneer, they use e na tui otua, ke na whau ake polokalama o kuui koe AA, pe koe Alcoholic Anonymous. He? Aia koe addiction-ia. Aia koe kakaia o kunau hange ko Afi, koe kau alcoholic, koe kau wifi marijuana, kau wifi cocaine, any kind of faitookona tapu, koe kakai ko ia, o kunau whakataha rewa nau tolu, o share e nau whenga koe ke nau ririu. So, ko tonga whiema urewa ke kulupu pehe. Kono ngā ke huat ki ai e kakai koe na, pea oku confidentiality. Pledge ia I he whonuani, you cannot admit, but if you hear hataha, for example, I know some people will say, na totonge ave kau polisi, no. In a treatment world, you can talk about things inside the treatment group. It stays there. Las Vegas rule. You know, Vegas rules. What happened in Vegas stays in Vegas. When you go into a group like that, you are allowing yourself, people like Afimeimounga, to speak up and speak up freely. Meaning, they cannot be, if you hear, because you are allowing them to vent and bring it out. He kuia he ngā ue koe ni faitoo koe o e lao, o e mau lao, pero faitoo koe ni o e wha professionare koe ai e kakai pehe ni tila mo e kakai une whakaonga e rea koe te ringa, une whakaonga e ha, India kula. Ai au koe, o kuia e au he mamani koe ni, ue au ke whanki papi, ke whanki kuri. He ka pau frontline e lewa Afi, o kulahi no urea ki ai koe rea koe mea kui koe scapegoat, ai koe hero, o koe mea ni ihi koe enabler, he? Ai koe ngahi ngoa ia I he polokalama ko eni o e whalerei atamai ke kau faitookona tapu. E pa ia kulupu pehe I Tonga, if someone is qualified to do that, that is the best place where Afi can share and vent all his. And he comes to the platform of social media to vent and to admit, which is a huge step. And we need to keep on encouraging him to come up and come up front and share that. So I think you guys are going in good direction. Koina ku kamata. Neongo na elongo ni ihi tokolahi I Tonga. Ka oku hoko e nau hau ko e na oha. E na umai ko admiti, hanga he tamasio admiti, ke ai, it's a, ko hame ko triggers, ai ni ihi koina e kei longo, Genau tu. Or maybe kapag mo nilaw, o wai kakai he pure anga me policy, it triggers those people to open up and start doing something to help him out. Even though nawongo I guilty, and that's what we need. And that's what ko kakai atik she need there will be line, ko kakai loy lahi, ko kakai o kunau. Poto he fakamatala te nau ilo erea ke whanongo ki ai. But when I watch Afimeimounga, I think you guys are in good hand, tonga. O ku kamata ke fofoa mai, ai mama, ki andi ihi o kwangeko frontline. If he's a frontline, you guys better listen to him and better help him out, because that's the only way you can get a hold of the shot caller or the uluifeke. Okay? Sai whatever lotu ihe polo kalama koini or Addiction Anonymous o pehe, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the differences. So first, those two pioneers called Pop and someone else, Williams, I think, na ana use enatui otua, kena whakalere ake ki kulupu, o kui pia ko kulupu anonymous, pia ko hono lao o kulupu ko ya, ko hape mea o ke rea ake lote kulupu stays in the group. He kai ke ave ko ke lao, he kai o ku tapu ya. And I wish Afimeimounga have a group like that. Okay? And I think, Afi, we can do a group online with you. And I really like you. I really like you because you are going to be a very huge, successful drug and alcohol world, because if you are admitting and you are letting go of what your use it has been doing to you, you are doing awesome. So when you are in a addiction group, you are not supposed to tell or to show or poupou'i o kapau o kuke ihe group treatment. If on one o tapu, it's a confidentiality pledge, not to admit, not to be taken it out. What happens in Lakers stays in Lakers. What happened in the group stays there. So, what I'm trying to say, that you are in that group, so you are asking a supreme power. Doesn't matter what kind of God you have. It can be a shark, it can be a wind, it can be a dog, it can be God. You have a living God you believe in. To some people, they don't believe in God. But there is some supreme power or some people they look up to. And so with that power, it gives them the strength and the courageousness to speak up and open up. And that's, as a therapist, that's what you're trying, to get them released and lent out, just like Afi. People will talk about Afi, people will say, no. You guys should be thankful that he is speaking up. So God grant me the serenity, meaning you are asking for the power for serenity to accept the things that I cannot change. Kekehanga o ha, kekehanga o accept o tari ai mea o ikai keke lava e koe o liriu. Sai tonga ko pau ke tau tari e tau tolu ai mea koe o koe ke tau lava liriu. Me, everywhere in the world, including you guys, Tonga, you have been having drugs in the past. Na tau fai matu e marina I tapakatonga. I grew up and so my great grandpa or great uncle Fuapau, he planted tobacco in Tonga. Mahina ko nikotine ume akoya. Tau sio pe tau tolu ai. Pe ana ko konga lahe kakai wai tangata o mention Afimeimounga, he is my uncle. Okay? Because cousin. Yes, that's my second cousin. Right? Son Felipe. So those things have been in Tonga for the longest time. But no one have the mentality or the mahino to admit, because we were looking for business. There is pros and cons of drugs. It's good. It's for the body. It's to help us. And it alters the functions of the brain. But when you use it, like Afi is saying, illegally using it and import it to Tonga was just slow. It's a punch in the face now, but it was being there all the time. Okay? So, we have panatolo. That's drugs. It sounds like new to us because ko nga ko education ni na kakita fu ako itaw tolki ai. But like I said, like the pioneers of the AA group or Anonymous Addiction Anonymous, Afi can be a great leader. He can be a group facilitator or a co-facilitator of a group, and he can use his experience to help those young ones, and especially the youth. So, Tonga, you guys are good hand. If I were you, ko haya mo tolo he pure anga he ka favuma falearea. Use that guy. Even the police department should use Afi and create a group, a treatment group, and go for it. Since you guys don't have any addiction therapist there, use Mapapuloka. He is right there. He's a psychologist. Bring him out and certify him. Use him. Because tonga heka ke te po nga po pula kita ka te treatment because ko fonwani ko pa ke te treatment even though ke ako metikolo mo ke ako heka ke ha pe ko treatment ko pa ke license mo certify ko area ko ya. In Tonga it's a easy flow. If I were you, bring Mapapuloka, bring Afimeimounga, Afimeimounga hola. He is going to help you guys. You guys should count it as a blessing. Finally, where taha or come up front. And everything Afi have been saying is true. And I trust him. So, Ayako, Raki, grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change. So, ke tautari ai me ahe kai ke taulava o toiririu. Ayako haya. Tonga has drugs, period. It's in the ocean, it's up in the air, it's under the tree, it's in the house, it's in wherever. So there's drugs everywhere in Tonga. It's a small land. Come on. You put drugs at New Toa, then tomorrow it's gonna all over to Hatafu. Period. That's the reality of Taufonua. Second, serenity to accept the things I cannot change. Sai, ayat ke utari ke mau amalohi mo ivi ke utari lele o grai me ahe kaipe ke ulava e auha. Things that I can change. Ea me ate ulava pe o liriu. Kwanenai uraki power to accept the things I cannot change. Second, accept the things I can change. So for me, I can change e kai. See yo? O go for sino, te ulava change. Ke tu ke kai fu principi kakato. Kakai pe pa ihe pehe, but remember I'm eating. Como moko. If you can share this, share it into the groups. Because I want Tonga to listen to it. Kau ko ngawe he ipilison. Tako ngawe kwai. Kono whakalere e atamai. Oi kakai pehe ni. Hange ko Afimeimounga. Ko konga koula Afimeimounga parme American. Mahino. Aya ko fika tolu. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I can not change. And the things I can, and the wisdom to know the things I can change, and the courage to change the things I can change, and the wisdom to know the differences. So there are three things you are asking for the supreme power in the addiction world. First, ke utari a mea he ke ulava o fetongi peririu. Ua, ke utari a mea te ulava peririu hangu talatu ko foi sino ko pau ke whakaholo. Ai te ulava pe ririu e kai. Kai ke ulava to ririu. Ai me a koe. O kai ke te ulava ririu. Ai te tau aleva. Tari e tonga. He kai na to ulava ririu. Ko os I tonga ai ha. Kai na to ulava change a ririu ko ia. O ku I tonga o ferea ai faitookona tapu. Ko faitookona tapu. Ko cocaine. Klasi ke he kush. Okay? White, crack, okay, fops, marijuana, meth, codeine, pa mo ila vai tae, Vai tae, ko e vai ia o kumawe taha e haipa e tangata. Ko drugs, yeah, whakatutamaki, anything with codeine, it's dangerous. He ko hinga ku alwa tangata o kumi ai faitookona tapu, kono uhinga ko e lahi ai ngahi, me a whakaiongo, whakailoto mamahi o kuri e kina o kumamahi. Too much pressure, stress, and people tend to drugs to comfort them. And once you take drugs, it alters the functions of the brain, and that's how you act. You're in a la la land. You act crazy. You act hyper, and sometimes some people are good. He kunau mohe, but kunau calm down. It calms them down. So in reality, can you warm it up, Leah, please? I needed it. Leah, I'm going to call online that you're taking my food. Leah, I need my food. Can you see people? My daughter just grabbed my food and take away. So I can change that. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change by Leah bringing back my food. Can you warm it up for me, girl? No. Leah, I really need it. I need to go. Please. That's not good. That's rude. Warm it up. Can you get some more banana, please? You see, my daughter just take my food. I cannot change it. She took my food, but now I'm asking her to bring back my food because it's rude. Anyway, but let's go back. So there are lots. Even kotonga maunoa ia foki aiha. Mo ila o tau toi hanu tau tolge atwe ko ke ni ko kokaya. He? Ko poppy plant o ko ha mea ko ia. O mea koe ke mau koe kai ke wha mau i tonga. Ka mau mana tu e a wha malu, te volo, ai ha koe a kau koe ngai foi bel, ai koe tonga. O ku wha a inu ia he whanki tō tupu he taimi ko nau he ia ngeu nau mi. Whaka se reo lere aki nduk whare mahaki. Tonga has been in drugs for so long. Okay? Why do o hinga ia o te tau tafu ua, o te tau hohaa. What we need to do now is get the Afimeimounga's information and help him promote addiction treatment. Okay? That's what you need to do now. And just to put the people who are dealing illegally and put it into jail, or maybe you have to charge them. Okay, thank you, Leah. Okay, don't take my food again. Okay, so God grant me the serenity to accept the things I can change. The serenity, the knowledge to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the differences. So, koe wisdom te koe mama ke tau iloi, pe koe poto ke tau iloi kihe o ha mea. And sometimes I apply that. Too many times he them go face ya ha whaingataa. Pagwa hata tau sio he Facebook again ngai platform ko ni I Tongans dragging Tongans. So it's sad that you see our own people human. And I'm talking about human. And as a Tongan, as Tongan, Samoan, Irish, that's my blood. And no one wants to push someone up. No one wants to praise someone's work. There are great workers. I see a lot of community work online. You know what? It's very nice to see. And I'm proud of those people who have done miraculously and they are enduring in that part. And it's beautiful because they are helping Tonga. They are omayengai container atonga fratawatu. Those are good work to do. Okay? There is pros and cons. There is wainelere o kuiai eneha kovi. Ko hono kovi, te meni te tau tae faitotonu ka pahe ki tau tokanga. Ko hono lerei o ku tau tokoni e ko tau kakai. And at the same time, ko koe o ku ke ona CEO, pe koe ona, you are helping yourself too. That's your job. And also you are employing people. Ma wai nau mo ui. Pe ko kita ku te pure ki he te community pe ko te laiseni. Wairewa ni ihi, o ku nau business mo nau tolu, o ku nau humai o ta, okay? O di bud or whatever. It's their own thing. What I'm after is why can't we embrace each other? Why can you run a program? I'm teaching my son to do business very young. Pagkatawang fatonga fakamaha ko ake tauha. Ko ke raise fund hata. Raise fund. Ko raise fund ip tawe to ko we ahem le fatonga ke konseti mo lulu. They are all in the same method. So I taught my son very young, 9 years old during this pandemic, get online, put on a co-fund, and it has to be my name. He ko go fulahi ko yo ke underage. Kay ke go fu halao ke ni fai me. Put in my name. And my very first impression if I maki gold fund, my gold fund to help out homa api tonga. Api ko homa family. It was offensive to some people. And I understand, mama hino ipe, because we don't want anybody to know tau kore. But so what? Fahekau business, fahekau balangi, and they're doing it all right. And people are willing to help. And people donate. But when it gets to my own, hotau kakai, kuhange haluma, kuhange hame afakama. That's what I mean. Uvema ke tau wako, ke tau feakuaaki aki. Embrace. How go Afimeimounga rea mai ko ia ko truck tiki front line ni alo tara no so ni Filipe moya. You know, mate son Filipe. Ko au ko so ni Filipe kon fakai ko pas. Ko familia. Ko fa e. For a reason, for a good, man do pros and cons. Good drugs, it's good. It's good for you, ko ta sino, ke taim tau mamaki, ta lelat meta foi panatolo folo. O ku ko vi he taim ko alwaya mere ia pe ko sione o folo tavale foi panatolo ke tu ke suicide pe ta ona kita. Musia kono ko vi ia. Ko hono le rei ko tamo ulanga uluai mo tau puke kon he ha. He COVID, hai fare e to ke ta talanolo pe ko panatolo ia tonga. There's goodness, there is badness about it. Ko badi, I time go utau use ha negatively. Fa ngai hala yai. Aya ko be go fie ma ya people embrace each other. Come online and run your program. If I really oko fenga ma upeke neutral ke kau. There are lots of friends of mine online oku now. I don't know he ko me go beautiful ia he alke church. Kung hanga fatu to lau maria ke te focus pa te hanga noa pe I he positivi. Ko awia te ula ko awia kula pe post o negativi, hawa he negativi. Ka ko te hoko ma pe tau tui o tua, ko mea ke tau ha. A manaki ka mea to le rei yange, mo mea ke whakanonga, ke taimuk tau whainga tā ai. I he ene pehe, mou po mouti, pia mou po ia Afimeimounga, ki he kau whare are amo ni ihi konei tonga. Bring e ki tama, hold on to him, even a policy. Bring him in. Run a program that Afi can host. I wish na aku tongana so I can run those treatment. But I can't because I live in America. Okay? Go certify he uta faaki katoa ko ia. Ya te ulava faitookona he fai ko ia. Especially if mahu inga tainimi ke fai a hono taofi. Prevention is better. He tainimi. Taofi ke o te na wala ki ai. One thing about the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, they have the youth program. And I am giving my heads off to the church members and especially the church leaders. Heads off to you. Mea rei, e te nofo he whare o te mohe, kwa ke te toi ilo I pek whea te whanau. He kum nau nonga, nau mohe, because they don't smoke, they don't drink. Whawhea at mo tolu, te pau ke whia ilo lahi, awe ho whanau ke programa youth e sias mamunga. It's free, and it's for anybody who wants to live a better life and stand on a higher ground on a good standards. So, kau Facebook, mo share to mo. Apau ke toko fitu wha o kuashe tainimi. Can you share it? Share to the group, patoa, and those. Spread this word. What the Afimeimounga tonga is doing, if I were you, Ote will threaten him. Get him. He will be the person then oaka mo tole mea ki whalere ia tongana. He ko inga he ko tama ko ia, o kehe ia me he kuwhai ia treatment ni, na te peke wifi au pe te win. Mahino? Ko hau ko atanga ko na ifi, he sell, he also deal. And he's the front line person. Paguia mani ko ngā popula, ko snitch. O ku whana ia pa tamate ia, ai taha pehe. Ko inga he kuke hanga o lava ki, ai timi. Ko tūnga whainga tau ki aia ma āwhi, pe a koutokanga, nā whai, ka ea palapare mai hoko ki ai u teke ne talamai ulu I feke. As uia hen ko short collar. Ko taha ko hange ko ia, o ku rau tamate ia nauto. You guys have to get him and support him and watch out for him. He e kone whai ngā wererei, koe whaungaina ke mou ilo ai ai mea, ke mou whalerei I ai for loopholes o koko I tonga koe marijuana, koe faitookona tapu. Mo mantu I koe marijuana, o kusai, o ku maa ia. Kono mere pe, uno fufuoloa he sino, he kai ke fuoloa hao alu te ke tae tu umama o fuoloa, sometimes o ke fie kaia. Te whato ngai pe ho ki tahine po ki tamasio pa una whao ngai ai faitookona tapu, tamai whaakai. Ne na wal pana o mai to kai na mai hange hata ko na hiki pe kulere e to ha ia huke mo kulo o kai. You guys be careful. Let me ask for Maanga because my time is running up. I'm almost going to work. Falata ki make ki kai hardly to get sippy here. Ta mai be me ki foi sai ne me fare koloa lan mata kayak. Angala wa afi ko front line. Ko tamako wi ko ulu feke. Ai ko fu master. O ela ia he ne fu apfa fu off. O suti a pe to holo ne briefcase pa ko ne ka ngau. Taha ya ko fa longo taha ngalere. O pai ke ilo ke hataha. Pe he kai pe ke mo abanak mo to ko atamai. Ko me ke mo fenga I ke fai mo open up a Afimeimounga o tala. Ko me ale ko ngai information na o atu it will help you guys. Ke mo fatonga ile he pure anga ko ha fonga ke mo ta ofiai ai aluatu ta whakalao pehe a drugs reform. Te rere o lewa te ringa ia mo intia kula pe mo mamo aina iai mahalo Afimeimounga. Now let them do fight dirty work. Eh? Ela pe fu pitaia. I don't have my classes on. So, very important. Ko ofat ke mata si malu ko Maria o afi. Ofat afi. Oh, I fought it. You're doing a great job and I'm so proud of you. I wish that your family and anybody who is watching you should support you. It's a tough chores you are doing. To come up front and admit what you have been doing with your addiction and admit what you have been doing. Every therapist and every treatment person will applaud you because you are being truthful, eh? You have been a scapegoat. You have been a hero. You have been an enabler. You now in an addict. You are admitting. And I can always say the prayer with you. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the differences. So let's embrace and hold on to him and push him. Those of you in Tonga who are thinking that, oh, he's crazy, he's doing, no. Oh, he is risking his life. And and he can be a very, he can be in, koe tu koe taini mi, ki kakai koe o kuna antai afi. He's in a very risky situation now. Koe ngā koe ne admiti mo ne tala umea koe ni ihe mamani o e kautila o tapu ia ke te tala. Ai ko na at foi le whaparangi koe snitch o whana ia pe tamate. So I hope ka mautolu ko ena he ngahi faitoo me kaunga api o afi mautokoni. Pea mautokanga kia if I were the police officers, you are going to take him to help you guys out. I have group treatment, pea I have mea ke mo kamata whalere o mai mapapuloka, he got it all. He ha whalere mo programa. Because e hanga e mapa wako i motolo e ngā ue koe at drugs ki he uto e tangata. He o ka pau koe fo I time gon ko kai koe now, so can go give it an example. This is a real example. Now I'm hungry. O wai kem kare he atamai o kui ko dopamine. He kai ke release ko time ko kai mo so ke kai. It's fat. Ko ku pe ko I fat mo. Taste. O mai me mui me he fereoko. E ngai ke kolo ko uto tu mo he. Tu pe fo uto ngai ta ko. O mai ki mo ki he. A dopamine. But how ke dopamine o ko pleasure ya. Ko ngo wifo. E pa pa tu wifo at. Sai, ka pa na kumile. Na snorted pe na huhui. Ha fahinga drugs ka te au. Ka me hoko. O pe kai aku ya. Ya iwa. Te kai. Kei fia pe ngano yo. Te ukaya o se fupleka ukeha. Ha pe dopamine. Ko me ia kukovi ai faitoo. Ko hano hinga, he release dopamine unnecessary. Ta uhinga. Na to tonke fa release to taha pe no whanatula, pe au fia, ko pleasure chemicals ia. Ko chemicale ia, kihe, fia ko dopamine. But when you do drugs, okay, fia po hokai pe me ha, o se pereti o tu kwa tue kihe te, ko alge kulo, pata mi o se pa tauto. Yeah. How high. By the time you can make decision, your frontal lobe cannot make decision because you're what? You're cuckoo. Okay, me siasi. So you need to what? You need to understand how the brain works and how the function of the brains are just the time you go o kuke to fa o to e koe ha kemikale ko sino na kai fie mai sino. He ko ngau fa na tula ko ai kemikale e uto ko ku kai pe ko e ku rak ma nga ko pe atu. Ooh la la, if what ko dopamine. But when you what? You do drugs? Release my yakutangi he ne aveya. Ko ina fa po ko ina. To o mai dopamine, to fetuku ka me hoko. Fetuku ka to mai dopamine ki mua o auha, pa ke kai e ko fukulo osi pa ke hai ai pe ko e. Ka me hoko. Mate. Mate kona ai. Kono hinga ko ha. You don't know how to control yourself because you are unconscious. Mahina? That's why o kukovi ai faitoo konatapu pea o se kai ki mua kai te hame mui ke te fit ko te atu ke mai fetuk mamui ko hame koko hoko ho ita ke afu ke hame akai o hofi ho kai toho ho kai tamate ho kai fuhu ko to taha ko faitoo konatapu ko to taha very angry, very aggressive. Mo tol ko na mo winu, mo tol ko na mo wifi. Mo tolu kana kai nikotini ko to ngai yo kuna kiga halau na to lau me piki mui e tapaka. Ko ngai ho pi ena o fai pi ena talupe tau drugs tau tolu. He neo ka to ko keini mo kush mo hafua o uhingoa ke whapalangi o mai. Au mo ilo ai faitookona tapu o ku killing mode lahi taha ko ol kaholo. O anga ye whakahua. I just want to share with that because I have learned a lot e alke lotu ahon. E te wha piko ko ke te aha alke lotu. But when I go there, I'm being edified and enlightened. So come home and eat and see ko kai te osfiu. He. Ko tō taha kau faitookona tapu kono natulain. Ko tau pepe faitookona tapu ko whakaukawi ka koe ke wholo noa ia fo i pana tō lotu e tala nolo. Ko tau whataha peke ko koe ke ngahi hopi, ko koe o ke ha, ol ka hori ka. It's my fault. Anything. It's a multicultural. It's a current event. And so, you are not my boss. Go away. My food, it's my taunga. So, what I'm trying to say, can I have some watermelon? Move it up here, hon. Can you put this away nicely for me later? And get me the thing. Get me the bowl here. I never give me eye. Daddy, put it away. I don't want any of you guys to touch my food. That's my taunga. Mo whanong ki ai. Ko e ke lahi e whai. Anyway. Whakaukau. Ko koego ke fo ke mama o e faitookona patapu. Ko alpeke kukolo I e fo I lea ko dopamine. Hey? Those are the chemical ke hot kit tau. Eh? Ka te aha mea te fia ai, it comes. O kwange pe tau foi uto ko tau mafu. Pamu pehe mafu e toto. Fahevahe ki faitoo kihe. I have 30 minutes to go. I have at least 20 minutes, then I'll get off. And when o pamu ai e hat ai mafu ai toto tufa lerei ko tau konga tau sino. Pehe to pe uto.
Okay.
Ko e uto pamu maari e pehe uto ai kemikare ki ka pau ko whelanga ki ko au ko arthritis, he? If I have pain here, what happened? O ku tala pehe ne avea ke uto o ko hingano o kulanga hono tawhaaki koe. Ha mea hoko, wai pe kemikare kui ko morphine, he? Release mai mei moi ki he kausotia ki mua atamai. O, avena ke tawhaaki koe o kulanga. Ko time ko toa peu te inua me I vai, pe ku te tukoe ko hotongu tu te follow ham whahinga fluids, o ku trigger a morphine to release. He? Aia ka time ko drugs ai au, pe au whelanga ki o mea hoko. Ngā we tamari sotia malu I au e sino. Ngā we no tolu lakangia, ngā we no tolu hange ko lockdown I sino ya. Fe tuku taware mai morphine, fe tuku taware mai ngai kemkare. Unnecessary. The body doesn't really need that. The body needs a naturally distributing. Hange po tau mafu, release e plat vahevahe. Ko me au hoko ai e ha pakalawa, me au hoko ai matfafukfa, because the brain function is being altered. O kue sia ai atamai ai uto, pe koe ngahi kemikare o uto e nau ngawe, he taimgo ta ai drugs ko ta sino. Kono whakatu utamaki. But not to forget, ko cocaine ko hafua u faitookona tau whaongai, o ko aongai a ke treatment e toke tā a ko tau sino. I he whaonga totono. Pa kui ai mohono tos, o mai he toke tā. Ka taimgo ta ili kolo ai, he? O ta whai alu. Wai mea koe opioidi, he? Opioid. And nowadays in the world, we are in an opioid crisis because people are using a lot of it. Hey, anything like codeine. Why me we go talanolo with codeine. I'm taking that at time go langai. So it's very important to know that people who are what? People who are struggling with body or physical disease, the doctors use those drugs to treat them. But not for you to illegally using it, you don't know how to use. Ko mea pēo whai, ko mea lahi whoki, e kau faitookona tapu o ku nau uia koe coping mechanisms. Aia ko hangea koe nau ki sotia malui, pe ko hangea ha whakalelei loto, o ku nau teke fo mihi e ki fo i kokeini, ko ngaka nau ha. Nau ongo i ku nau more atu e mamahi ba ongosia. Koe ko faitoo, ko faitoo is for you parents who have children, listen to your parents. Ko faitoo ia. Listen to your kids. He ko tawanga whakatonga. When I talk as a mother, you shut up. O koe ke to ere mai koe ka te au. I was a teacher for 22 years. And I am so ashamed. Nā taimi nai wha kau re kā tara mai kau. You know, wha had rocky 5 years e whai ako. Nā whai ako tā. What a shame. Ko hao ko ako koe whanuani pa toi mahi nonga uto. I give credit ke ki whanau nea mā klasi au. A whewheta o e nima koe apau toki whanongo ke whanau. Some of the parents don't care. He ko hao e re kai ke api ako. O ku tae su, pe o ku uri e wala, pe o kai ke kakato. I try to help out. Mātu a whanongo ko mo whanau. Ko taimi ko tau i he tau culture whakatonga, he taimi ni ihi. Ko rea puka atamai, it's a must for you to listen, whether it's right or wrong, you just have to listen. It's not like that. You got to listen. Or else, ko e whaito o no ngā taha ki ho reka, he's gonna turn out ke kakai ko o now listen. And that's why o alai whanau he whanuani o kengi. O nau tolu ke he kengi, ko kengi ko ha. Ko kengi, ko family, it's a family where they feel belong. They feel o whanong ho nau ki peers nau toka nau tolu. Mo mahino? Whakahela tau tolo lotu he sāpate, pa tau hapu toki api o tā mo kai kai lai tau whanau. Doesn't work that way. I he tau tu kunga whakafonua, whanongo. Mātu atamai whanongo ka mari. Mari whanongo ko whanau, o tamai whanongo ko mo whanau. Listen to your kids. There are times they want to share. But they mean... Ia mari whanong ka mari. Kau kaila mā peuri whanong ka mari. He kula hek tai whanong ki ai whaasai te ia. Asmo me men. One thing I have learned as a mother is to listen. Like I said, I have 5 children. Ko tok fika nima, tok tonua ek whauta uta pe whae. Fekauaki, fekauā, whai pe au hok loto. Tarape mea ke whai, clean up. Tamahe ki tahine mami ko hela i au. Ko au ke ngawe ko fok mai ko smaa wharen. Ko hau ko teke maaha me ko kalanga, ko e tā, ko e lau, ko e kape kape. It doesn't work that way. E aho e alu e tama, ako turn ko hono ki peers. Alu e turn ko hono ki best friend. Ko ki tamasi, ko ki tahine, ko hame hoko. Kei ke lava shea mai ka au. Peka i kai, e alu ia aho, o mani foi kokeini, ke ne folo. Ke taim ko talanoa tua ia ai, ko hai pe ia, o happy mode pe ia, ko ke tokanga mea ka. Mahina? So, why I share that? Because I have seen it with my own eyes. O ko sio au, ipirisone, he whanau e ka kaile rei whanua. Pea o ki kai ke whakaanga e au e rea a mafi a Afimeimounga. A Afimeimounga. Pea mo oni ne si ilau o kuia no konga ona. Koe moko puna o kawhaloto. Koe tu o whiwhine o whiala kepa mo tua. Ha an koe kuia a Afimeimounga. Koe kau kolo mo tua. Pea koe tamai ki wharerai. Aia koe ne kui ko seare hola. Koe ne whaerewa. Koe kakai ia e whitunga. Koe mea koko tokanga ki ai. There will be a time. O koe ke mo ila mo tolo o ku lotonga iai pe ai ki tap ia. Pe koe koe dap. Koe whanki mea e ko wifi e kaure kape unau whaonga ai. Koe ana koe tourist o toko lahi tonga. There are lots. Koe fuke mo ngai popula ma o feitoni ai marijuana. O tau ataha pe au, you're allowed to get a green card and you can use it. So, koe ahak wharei ki tonga mo ki mo tolu online. Even in America here, toka nga iho whanau. Watch out. Kana lahi nofo e teknolosia pa lahi nofo ma'u toko taha no loki. Check him out. O mai ki tua. Whakatara noa ki ai. Do things together. Listen to them. Let them tell you their stories. There are times I don't listen to my big boys and my girl or go talk experience with my little one because I'm more experienced and more educated on my side. And now if I come to the house, it's a mess, so what? Sometimes this is the only time of Naufia Maloloai is home. And you have to make them feel belong and feel at home. So I want to tell you guys how much I appreciate you. I have listened. I watch a lot, eh? Okfani te alo whanongo he ngahi tau ti peiti. O wai whine ko tirila o ko whawhanongo. I love the way she do things. Very smart. Wai toko taha ko Pirim Lose. She's my friend. She is doing awesome. But I wish wai toko taha ko I saw wai grupu o waha ko teacher ko tama ko Disney o wai nau grupu. O wai tahine ko whasio ko Valerina o sio ai. O wai grupu e taha o kuiai e. I watch them, but my whole issue is o wai tama ko pitapua ko ki toto ya ok me pako. He's doing great. I love it when you guys are on this platform and sharing good, positive stuff. Let's help each other and praise. Taktaha teke pe tau tolu ke tau arki olunga. Okay? Ko mea lere, like I said, you can all do your own business, but make sure you are honest with what you're doing and you are not cripple up ho tau kakaipe. O fatu mo ngai fofonga, ko mo tolu ko ena ko mo whanongo ki a Afimeimounga, I promote and keep him up because that's one way Tonga can recognize okuyaye drugs in Tonga, but if spread awareness to prevent using drugs is to have someone who is not an enabling person, but he is coming up and admit he's using, is to help him. Okay? Ofat ka mo tolu, mo manatui kapau ke follow noa ia talanolo, you are abusing it. O ke kau mo kohe mau I o lao o faitoo konatapu. O ka pau ke follow noa ia pe, o ke follow pe kohe taimi kotoga ni kilanga. Taimi ni ife mau pe vai ke inu ke lahi, ke ne trika mai, ai taimi koe o kukeha. Whaingata ia, it will release morphine from the brains and it heals its own pain of the body. Okay? I love you all and may you have a wonderful day. Excuse me, I'm in my nightgown. Now I'm going to go get ready for work. Okay, ofalahiatu, and this is my husband, his ve'ilo, his name is Perry Tutu from Haleluloto. Okay, ofalahiatu, and have a wonderful day, and from NUVE for all. Okay, pehe kai ki eua, pehe mai ai ki kolokakala, tataka motonga, pehe mai ki loto pangai, whanga ke kau whakahua, you know, makau ngā apipe. Anyway, I love you all, and have a wonderful day. See you later. Bye-bye, and don't forget, be positive. The more you stay on the positive side, the more you create a great community. Love you all, and have a wonderful day.